Every culture has fairy tales. While we hide behind the safety of Disney, while we refuse to look at the true origins of some of the most brutal and horrific stories, these fairy tales live on, lurking in the darkness, waiting to be discovered to shock even the most hardened-hearted soul. This Italian fairy tale is no different. This tale is called Biancabella and the Snake.
Too.
A marquis had no children. One day, his wife slept in the garden, and a grass snake slithered into her womb. Soon afterwards, she became pregnant and gave birth to a little girl with a snake wrapped around her neck. The midwives were frightened, but the snake slithered off into the garden without harming anyone. The girl was named Biancabella. When she turned 10, the snake spoke to her in the garden, telling her that she was her big sister, Samaritana, and that if Biancabella obeyed her, she would be happy, but miserable if she did not. The snake then ordered her to bring 2 buckets, one of milk and one of rose water. When Biancabella returned to the house, she was distressed, so her mother asked her what made her so sad. Biancabella asked for the 2 buckets, which her mother gave her, and she carried them into the garden. The snake then had Biancabella bathe in the buckets. She became even more beautiful, and when her hair was combed, it shed jewels, and when her hands were washed, they shed flowers. This attracted many suitors. Finally, her father agreed to marry her to Fairytale, king of Naples. After the wedding, Biancabella called on Samaritana, but the snake did not come to her. Biancabella realized she must have disobeyed her and grieved for the snake, but left with her husband. Fairytale's stepmother, who wanted to marry him to one of her ugly daughters, was enraged. Some time later, Fairytale had to go to war, but while he was gone, his stepmother ordered her servants to take Biancabella away and kill her, bringing back proof of her death. They took her away, and while they did not kill her, they gouged out her eyes and cut off her hands. The stepmother gave word that her own daughters had died, and that the queen had miscarried and was ill. Then she put her own daughters into Biancabella's bed. Fairytale, returning, was greatly distressed. Biancabella called on Samaritana, who still did not come. An old man brought her to his home. His wife rebuked him because she had doubtlessly been punished for some crime, but she insisted. Biancabella asked one of his 3 daughters to comb her hair. The old woman did not want her daughter to be a servant, but the girl obeyed, and jewels came out of Biancabella's hair. The family was greatly pleased because she had delivered them from poverty. After a time, Biancabella asked the old man to bring her back to where she had been found, and there she called on Samaritana until she finally thought of killing herself. Samaritana appeared to stop her, and Biancabella appealed for forgiveness. Samaritana restored her eyes and her hands, and then herself transformed into a woman. After a time, the sisters, the old man and the woman, and their daughters went to Naples, where Samaritana built them a house magically. Fairytale saw the women, and they told him they had been exiled and had come there to live. He brought the women of court, including his stepmother, to the castle where Samaritana told a servant to sing Biancabella's story without including the names. Then she asked what would be a fitting punishment. The stepmother, thinking to evade notice, said she should be cast into a red-hot furnace. Samaritana told the king the truth. Fairytale ordered the stepmother to be thrown into a furnace, married off the old man's 3 daughters as well, and lived happily with Biancabella until he died and his son succeeded him. I have been away from YouTube for a few months, and I greatly apologize. But fear not, my macabre friends. It is back to business as usual. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for subscribing and clicking the bell icon so that you receive notifications every time I upload a new video. If you want more twisted tales, click the like button and leave me a comment or suggestion. Until next time, remember, one person's insanity is another person's reality.